Hey, today we're going to be talking about gear. We're going to be talking about my vintage Sunn 190B tube bass amp. And you can barely see the 190B, and then somebody put some kind of a label over the top. Music 1-4 or something. That's not in the original. But you can barely see that 190B there. This is a tube bass amp, and the guy I got it from actually, my finger just got in front of the camera. The guy that I got it from is actually, he left it at my house. It was a band I was playing in. He was a guitar player and he used it as his guitar amp. He left it there. That's been 20 years ago. And he's never tried to reclaim it. And on top of that, I had loaned him $300, which he never paid me back. So I feel that this isn't probably even enough compensation for that. But so I recently had this completely gone through by a top-notch guy. He actually used to work on Stevie Ray's stuff from Kentucky, my buddy Jimmy D's friend who works on amps. He restored it to original as far as it, and it's got two 6550 tubes in it. I've been reading online about it. Some say it's probably as low as 40 watts. Output. It's perfect for recording. I'm not trying to compete with a drummer or any band. So I've decided to use it as a bass amp. Although I did plug it in and put my guitar through it, and it sounded great as a guitar amp as well. One use for it is I'm going to use it for a bass amp because I've decided that I've been doing DI all this time. Direct injection, I guess, would be the I for, or direct input, probably direct input for all my bass sounds, and I've been playing my bass without using a speaker and a mic. And so I know that a common way of doing it is to use both, use the DI and also put it through a speaker. I've got this 190B, which actually has rave reviews on some of the forums. The only difference between this and the 200, which was they made a lot more of, was this has a solid state rectifier, and actually the bass players say, according to the forums I've been on, that's really an upgrade. And there were a lot of interesting things that this had. It had a resettable breaker in the back of it, which was pretty innovative. Sunn's a really interesting brand. They've since gone out of business, unfortunately, but I'm very happy to have this. And so what I did is I got a Fender Rumble cabinet. It's a 1x15 cabinet. It does have a tweeter in it, a horn they call it, but it's more of a tweeter. You can turn the tweeter on or off, and I actually turned it off. I liked it better with it off when I played with it a little bit. This is a very reasonable, very well-built cabinet. There's the inside, there's the tweeter, and there's the 15-inch. It's a really well-built cabinet. It's only like $300, brand new from Sweetwater. I got this Electro-Voice RE-20, which is a phenomenal mic for miking bass. It's also very famous for other uses. In fact, there's an artist that I follow, Frances Hope. She uses it as her main vocal mic. And it's also very famous as a mic for podcasts and radio broadcasts, etc. It's built like a tank. I mean, that's all solid steel. It looks like it's a throwback from like 50 years ago. And that's the mic that I use on miking this 15-inch speaker. When I go DI, I use this A-Designs REDDI, which is modeled after the Ampeg B15 amps. And it actually has a tube in it. It says tube direct box. I've used it for guitars as well. And it has a out so that you can plug in here from the guitar, and then this will take it out and goes into the amp. And it's a pretty cool way of splitting the signal and having it both DI with a tube. This device really does a great job of giving a great sound, but it's still a direct input. Pretty big box, actually. Look how long that thing is. It's got its place right here in my studio. Right there. That's my new bass rig. And then when I record, I have a DI track as well as a track where air is being moved. So I've showed you the setup, and now let's plug in a bass and see what it sounds like. This is my Fender made in Mexico bass. I've always been wanting to upgrade it, but I'm a guitar player, not a bass player, but I do play bass on all my tracks, so I'm thinking about upgrading my bass, but for now, this is what I got. Let's see what it sounds like. There's gonna be a lot of hum, and I think it's the noisy pots on my bass. It sounds so good. Sometimes, I mean, when I first got this and set it up, I just found myself playing it for a while. I'm sure my roommate could hear it across. He's on the other side of the house, but it shakes the whole house. Can you hear that rattling? There's something rattling over there. A little distortion there. Thank you for hanging with me, and we'll see you next time. Everybody, this is Tim Wolf. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please go to the link down below in the description. There's a bit.ly link. Listen to my music at Spotify. I appreciate it very much. It means a lot to an artist if you follow them. If you would be kind enough to like the video if you enjoyed it and share it with your friends. Finally, be sure to subscribe. And also, there are other videos on this screen that you can watch. And I'll see you next time. Thank you so much.